Hello, and welcome to the AKF channel. My name is Ipe, and today we have a very special guest, Sandy Weaver. She will be sharing with us today about Annandale Village. How are you today?
Great. I'm so glad you're here.
I'm so glad to have you.
Happy to be here.
Tell us a little about yourself.
Yes, my name is Sandy Weaver. My title is Director of Villager Support Services here at Annandale Village in Suwanee. And I oversee the case management team that works with our residents on many of their life goals here on campus. I'm a 32-year employee, so I've worn a lot of hats at Annandale. My background's in education, so I've been an instructor, et cetera, et cetera. But currently, the case management team is what I'm currently doing.
Can you go into the story of the organization?
Sure. Annandale Village was actually founded in 1969 by family members. There was a prominent doctor in Atlanta named Dr. Maxwell Berry, and he and his wife Betsy had a daughter who had intellectual disabilities. And what they recognized is that when she got older, she was a teenager, and they noticed that her peer group was diminishing, that she didn't have as many peers that she could relate to. So they wanted to develop some sort of community. They had used as a model the European village concept. They had deep Scottish roots, so they would travel to Europe frequently. And in Europe, the village concept means that individuals with and without disabilities live, work, and play amongst each other, but they have a lot more opportunities and a lot more peer group in those settings. So they bought property here in Gwinnett County, back when Gwinnett was not as large as it is now or growing as much as it is now. And they started it in 1969. They had a handful of residents and learned as they went along what staffing would look like and how we could support the individuals that lived here. Started as actually a farm, a working farm, and we've obviously had a look around campus. We've grown a lot and changed our model quite a bit over the years. So that's our background.
Tell us about the vision, goals, and services your organization provides.
Sure. Our mission at Annandale, and this is a quote from our literature, but basically to maximize a person's experience, provide progressive life experience, and help them to maximize their experience by increasing or maintaining their independence, and what we can do to support them to do that. We have a variety of different services. We have quite a few individuals that live on our campus in different settings, supported settings. We have a nursing home, we have 2 assisted living centers, and we have personal care homes on the side of the village. We serve currently around 180-ish individuals. We also have a couple of day programs, and we offer respite care for folks here on our campus on a temporary basis.
Is there any difference between Annandale Village and a group home? What are they, if any?
We get that question a lot. A group home, by definition, typically has 4 residents that are overseen by some type of caregiver. And we have a larger environment. We have congregate care, so we have more than 4 individuals living in our homes. So we have different licensure for personal care homes, like I mentioned, which have more than 4 individuals in each home with different levels of support. So you could think of our village, if that's a familiar model to folks, as a series of group homes in an environment that looks very much like a neighborhood. We're a community here. So the funding is a bit different also. We are private pay in our personal care homes. Individuals pay fees, either their families, caregivers, or trust, or whatever they have set up financially for the individual. So it is a little bit different funding-wise. If someone receives benefits, they can utilize those toward their fees here. And of course, in our nursing home, they can use their Medicare, Medicaid, and in our assisted living centers. But typically it is private pay in our village, which is a little bit different than the group home model. I do want to say the criteria for living here at Annandale. An individual has to be 18 years or older and have an intellectual or developmental disability or an acquired brain injury. We serve all three of those groups. There are some other criteria. We're a home-like environment. We don't have, we're not considered a psych facility or that type of thing. This is a very open, home-like environment. But there are many more details and considerations for individuals. We have folks here that may have Down syndrome or autism or other types of developmental disabilities, but it really, some skills that they possess might include being able to, if they're living in our apartments, our more independent settings, they need to have more independent skills. But we do serve folks who do need that nursing care. We have a nursing home. We have folks who need support in other areas that might be able to qualify for our assisted living centers. It really depends on the individual. So our admissions team is always willing to talk to families. We know that resources are limited sometimes when a person gets older, 18 or older. So we'd love to talk to families about their situation. We're always willing to do that. And we have a resource guide too. We have a list of resources. So if we're not the right fit, we try in the community to connect with one of our partners so that we can offer some other options for them too that they might be able to qualify for. And if anyone wants to contact us, we always encourage folks to come and visit. There's no obligation for anyone to tour our facility, because I know this is something that, when families are looking for resources in the community, they want to have a lot of choices. So we may be the right choice for some folks. So if people look up our website, www.annandale.org, they'll be able to find out a lot more information about how they can learn more about us.
Thank you very much, Miss Sandy, for joining us today.
My pleasure. I enjoy talking about Annandale.
And that's all the time we have for today. We hope you enjoyed the session, and I hope you catch us next time here at the AKF channel.